gentlemen, please welcome Chief Commercial and Marketing Officer Enrico Galliera.
Signore e signori, accendete i motori. Ladies and gentlemen, start the engine. Buongiorno, welcome to the Ferrari press conference. We decided to start today mentioning this iconic sentence that is used on the World Endurance Cup racing to start the race, and with this video that is representing the effort that Ferrari is doing also in the Endurance Racing Cup. And especially last year for us has been an extremely successful year, because with the 488 GTE we have been able to win the Manufacturer Championship, World Championship, the Pilot World Championship, and also the Team World Championship. And we thought that this world, the world of the racing with cover wheel, perfectly represent the connection that helped us to introduce the new 488 Pista. In fact, the 488 Pista has been a car that has been designed by our technical department in order to bring all the experience, the technological innovation that we have been able to develop in our racing activities, both on the 488 Challenge and also on the 488 GTE, in order to deliver a maximum performance coupled with the fun to drive, which is always one of the key elements of Ferrari. And that's the reason why the name of the car is 488 Pista. Pista in Italian means race, track. So let's talk about the 488 Pista. And in order to present the car, we decided to focus only on the three key chapters representing the main innovation out of the long list that we have been able to put on this car. Let's start from the first chapter. Chapter number 1 is the weight. The weight of the 488 Pista is only 1,280 kilos, which represent 90 kilo less versus the 488 GTB, which is a tremendous effort that has been done working on two main elements. From one side, a long list of new engine components, and also an extensive use of carbon fiber in all the body part of the car. Let's talk about the engine. The engine is the most powerful V8 engine in the Ferrari history. It has been developing starting from the V8 turbo engine that was able to win for 2 years in a row the title of best engine in the world. And this new version is able to develop 720 horsepower, delivering an important weight reduction, minus 18 kilos, but most of all, still keep the key elements that made this engine winning as the best engine in the world, which are number one, what we call almost zero turbo lag, which means an immediate response as soon as you push the throttle, and most important for Ferrari, an accelerated sound, which always represents part of the emotion of driving a Ferrari. This is one part, but the second part, as I was mentioning at the very beginning, is also working on the rest of the car, which is the extensive use of carbon fiber. In the 488 Pista, the front hood, the front bumper, the rear spoiler, and the rear bumper are in carbon fiber. So we have been talking about the chapter number 1, which is the weight. Let's move to the second chapter. The second chapter talks about aerodynamics. And the 488 Pista is able to deliver a higher efficiency versus the 488 of plus 20%. And here, you will see when we discover the car, is where we have been using most of the experience coming from our racing department. In fact, in the front of the car, you will discover what we call the S-duct, which is a specific element that has been developed in the Formula One department. Not only, but connecting to the car to the GT experience, there are the rear diffuser, the air outlets, and the active rear aerodynamics that are taken from the experience that has been developed on track. This lends us to the third chapter, which, as always, talk about emotion to drive, and is what we call vehicle dynamics. Because, as always, the main elements is to be able to deliver something in the car that allow non-official pilot to have the experience like an official driver. And this is delivered through what we call fun to drive, which from one side is agility and vehicle responsiveness. And here again, there is a long list of new technical elements that have been put on the 488 Pista, starting from the side slip control 6.0 coupled with the Ferrari dynamic inertia, which basically means a list of systems that help us to bring the car close to the limit. And then we introduced a new gear shift strategy in order to be even more sporty when you use the gearbox. We introduced a new set of braking system that has been developed for the 488 Challenge, improving the efficiency in braking of the car. And last but not least, we developed a dedicated Michelin Sport Cup 2 tires that is again helping to increase the performance. These are the three key elements out of the long list that represent the 488 Pista. And this led me to the conclusion of this presentation that helped me to underline that the 488 Pista is going to complete our product range that I don't have problem to say that is probably the most effective product range ever in the history of the company, ranging from the Portofino up to the 488 range, the GTC4 Lusso and the 812 Superfast. The concept is not only to develop what we always like to repeat, different Ferraris for different Ferraristi, but even more, different Ferraris for different moments, because we have more and more clients that are willing to drive not only one, but more than one car that has been developed to satisfy their pleasure and willingness to drive a Ferrari. We are coming to the end of the presentation. It's time to see the car, so I asked my colleague from the executive team to come on the first car. And the four representatives of the team that has been working for a lot of time on the development of the car to come on stage. So, waiting there to be prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, the 488 Pista. Now, as always, before the official photo shooting with the management, let's see the video that represents the dynamic of the car.
Fälgarna. Manager. Just det. Ja, exakt. Han kanadens. Ja, exakt. Ja, men han snackar, jag tror han bor i Kanada. Typ. Han är så här yankifierad. Gammal han verkar bli.
Ja, det ser jag.
Helt slut.
Det är kul. Han går aldrig kostym.
Nej, det har han gjort tidigare. Nu bara han bryr sig inte. Marchionne. Sergio Marchionne. Ja, många tider. Det var konstigt. Ja, där är han liksom. Nej, alltså jag fattar inte hur de kunde bli av med något som